It's that daily routine, but y'all knew that. Oh my God. Oh my God. There we go. What you doing? Oh my God. Where you at? What you doing? Oh my God.
And we welcome you live to the Greensboro Ice House for today's contest of High Point University hockey. As always, here on the HBU Club Hockey YouTube channel, I'm Graham Tuck. Luke Ardizzone with me today. And today's opponent for the Panthers is the Wake Forest Deacons. And Luke, the Panthers got off to a 1-0 start for the first time in quite some time. And it was a great game last night, a 6-0 win against the Stevenson University Mustangs.
Yeah, great win to start off the season. You can't get any better than that. Starting off with a 6-0 win. There were goals from Ringstad and Sasso, 2 each, and then Calkins and Fallon also adding to the fire. So everyone was scoring on all fronts, and Walker Ripley also leading the charge with 2 assists, the freshman out of Steamboat Springs, Colorado, with some impressive assists in that game.
Yeah, the freshmen were a massive part of the game yesterday. You mentioned it. Ringstad, 2 goals. Sasso, 2 goals. Ripley, 2 assists from the D-man position, including one on a beauty of a move, following up by a spinning pass to Sasso for his first goal. And the freshmen are going to be in the spotlight again today as we take on the Deacons, who have their fair share of freshmen as well. They had a very large graduating class finished last year. The bulk of their scoring went away with that graduating class, so it'll remain to be seen what the freshmen can do with this new Wake Forest Deacons team. But let's talk a little bit about Ian Temkin and his performance yesterday. We mentioned a 6-0 win. That goose tag in the score column for the visitors does not come without Ian Temkin's great night.
No, it does not, and this is actually become a historical thing for Ian Temkin because he is the only goalie in program history with multiple shutouts with 6-0 versus Stevenson. He had another shutout that was on November 6, 2021 versus Navy. But Ian Temkin didn't get to play too much last season, but when he did, he made his presence known, having shutouts, and then came in yesterday with another shutout too. A really impressive performance from him.
And the youth at the goaltender position is something to take note of for the Panthers this year. All of their goaltenders on the roster are sophomores or younger. Temkin being a sophomore, already having the program record for most shutouts, having only played his freshman season and 1 additional game last night. He gets the start in net again today. Michael Ohlweiler also on the roster as a sophomore. You may remember him from last season. He's sidelined for a little bit with an injury, but we hope to see him at some point during the year. All of the other goalies on the roster, whether it be Zach Podolsky, Jack Vieira, Josh Stevens, who we may see at some point in the near future, freshman goaltenders on the roster for the Panthers. So we'll see what happens there. But again, Temkin getting the start today, this morning against the Deacons. And we talked about Nick Sasso. He had a big game last night, 2 goals, one at the very late stages to put it to bed, make it 6-0. Another one to stretch the lead to 3 in the second period. Tyler Calkins celebrated his birthday on Friday, and let's see if Sasso can continue his scoring pace. 2 goals last night and his birthday today. See if he can keep it up, Luke.
Yeah, happy birthday to Nick Sasso today. Impressive performance last night. We'll see if he can keep that birthday charm going and score again today.
Well, that'll do it for the pregame show here at the Greensboro Ice House. We'll finish the ZAM and then we'll get you to gameplay here at the Greensboro Ice House. Panthers and Deacons coming up next. First period about ready to start here in the Greensboro Ice House. Graham Tuck with Luke Ardizzone for Panther Hockey on the High Point University Hockey YouTube channel. It's the Demon Deacons and the Panthers in this contest. We'll get you started with the starting lineups for High Point. Top line today, Dakota Johnson on the left wing, centered by Garrett Escala, and on the other wing, it's Ryan Henry. The defense pairing to start the same as yesterday, Sean Egan, one of the captains, on the left, and freshman Dorian Federer on the right, with Ian Temkin in net for the second consecutive day after his shutout win against the Mustangs of Stevenson University yesterday.
Yeah, we're looking to see the Panthers have a little bit more magic that they had yesterday, firing on all fronts, offensively and defensively.
It was a great day for the Panthers, and we're underway with another one here, and they'll look to advance to 2-0. Both of these teams are 1-0 to start the season, and both of them, their win came against Stevenson. Wake Forest beat the Mustangs 6-3 on Friday night before last night. The Panthers obviously taking home that one. And this faceoff will come back to center ice as that puck went into the bench area.
It'll be good to get a look at this Wake Forest team, which is very different from last season.
They had a lot of graduating members of that team, as we mentioned in the pregame. And here they come into the attacking zone. This is Peter Gallen. He'll send that one off the post and out of play. That was an odd bounce, but the faceoff will stay in the offensive zone for the Deeks with 19:38 left on the clock here in the first period.
Yeah, a lot of young talent and a lot of new energy in this game. It's going to be an interesting start.
Face-off won by the Panthers in the defensive zone, but quickly stripped of the puck are the Panthers, and here come the Deeks. There's Egan with another good hit. He was throwing the body around a lot yesterday. He's right back to it again today. First touch for Ryan Siffringer, one of the few seniors on this team from Franklin Lakes, New Jersey. And now here comes Ryan Henry with the puck. This line was quiet yesterday. They had a lot of good opportunities, but Matt Cunningham in net for the Mustangs kept them off the score sheet, that being Escala, Henry, and Johnson. It's a new line, normally centered by Sean Kelly, but he's suffering from an injury for the moment, and Marv finds himself in between Johnson and Henry. That shot on goal from Dorian Federer, stopped by the junior netminder for the Deeks, James Dunn. Cade Ringstad in to take the draw. He'll win it back to Morgan Bird. Bird fires a slap pass. Ringstad with an opportunity on the post. Arsenault couldn't settle it to his tape. Now Calkins gets it back to Bird at the point. Calkins sends one on net, and a good glove save by Dunn to stop that threat. 18:53 left on the clock.
Good to see the Panthers firing off the bat. Have a couple of shots there. Nothing working, obviously, but the kind of thing we want to see from the Panthers start off.
Ringstad able to get the puck off the draw are the Demon Deacons, and Licavoli, one of the stronger members of this Deacon roster, gets it to center ice, but the Panthers send it right back in, no icing. That's an interception from Calkins. He'll slap it right back down to behind the goal of Dunn. Arsenault couldn't get it on his tape. Here comes Licavoli. His stretch pass finds its intended target. That was Jesper Snow. Here's Sean McDonald, speedy defenseman for the Panthers. Across the red, now the blue. Panthers still have it, and Arsenault, big hit behind the boards, and McDonald's flattened behind the goal line. Demon Deacons with the puck now. Good forecheck from Ringstad, and that puck won't find its man. Calkins slaps it to the red line. It's off the glass and into the zone for the Panthers, no ice. 17:56 left in the first. Still no score, Panthers and Demon Deacons. Fallon, fresh off the bench, had the puck for a moment, lost it, and he'll haul down a man, and that's going to be a bad penalty against Fallon, and he knows it. He tripped up Licavoli, and the Panthers will be shorthanded.
Game getting pretty physical off the bat. A lot of checking and forechecks, and then Fallon there with a bit of a mistake. Yeah, so a very, very chippy game to start off.
Well, the Panthers yesterday set their program record for most shorthanded goals in a single game. 3 of their 6 goals yesterday came shorthanded. So the penalty kill obviously off to a strong start with no goals against yesterday at all, let alone shorthanded. We'll see if they can keep that pace up here. Nick Sasso with a good move. He's got a one-on-one shorthanded. Tried to make a move around his defender, and it's sticked away by Dunn. Strong play on the back check, that time by Colin Rosado, the freshman. And the Deeks are off sides as they went the other way on the power play. 1:46 left on the man advantage for the Demon Deacons.
Yeah, and a good play by Rosado. That was definitely an opening that could have been taken advantage of, but he was able to get in there and stop the play.
The penalty killers: Escala, Sasso, Egan, and Federil. Egan pokes it back to the blue line where it's picked up by Kenny. There's a slap shot, first save of the day made by Ian Temkin with the pad, and Sasso clears it all the way down. .125 left on the power play for the Deeks. Here they come. Rosado. That pass to Kenny. Michael Kenny, the senior, at the top of the circles, has Henry on him. Macheska onto the ice for the first time now, wearing the A. Here comes Rosado. Back to Kenny. Shot through, off the end boards. Rebound chance, Temkin the pad save. That was a nifty little chance quickly for the Deeks. And Macheska, smart play, slaps it to the attacking zone with just under 50 seconds left on the power play now for the Deeks.
And Temkin doing what he did all last night. Another great save there.
It was an odd bounce off the end boards, perhaps a designed play, good rebound chance there, and Temkin strong with the pad. Here's Likavoli into the zone with some wheels to the slot, centering pass, and it's broken up. Good stick from Temkin. He'll blocker that one up into the air and cover it with the glove.
Even in the penalty kill, the Panthers defense still holding strong. Wake Forest is not backing down.
27 seconds left on the man advantage, 16-10 left in the first, still scoreless. Calkins wins the face-off. Slapped all the way around, but not out, kept in by the Demon Deacons. McDonald in the corner, Calkins throws a hit in there as well. Back to the blue line, Likavoli, his shot, stick save, Temkin. 13 seconds left. Likavoli couldn't hold it at the blue line, and that may do it for the power play for Wake Forest. A little bit of a fumbled puck there, and a hit put on at the attacking blue line by Calkins. He couldn't come away, but he gets it into the zone, and that's a save, had to be made by Dunn. He'll glove it down, but the ref didn't see, and he'll blow it dead, so costly mistake for the Demon Deacons. He thought Dunn gloved that puck and held on to it. He had thrown it back to the ice. The official couldn't see from his vantage point. Now it's an offensive zone draw for the Panthers, but their penalty kill still perfect to start the year.
Yeah, mistake by the referee, but see if the Panthers can capitalize on it, and good for them on holding down on the penalty kill.
Kennedy has it behind the goal line. Fallon. Now Sasso tries the wrap chance, and it's off the end of the boards. And the Demon Deacons look to break out now. Here comes Standish Carruthers. Good poke check that time by Morgan Bird, who had a great day. Here's Nick Sasso, quickly into the zone, off the end boards. Good save by Dunn. Fallon, oh, that's kept out by Dunn. What a pad save to stretch to the near post.
Yeah, an impressive save there. Panthers really were executing well on that offensive play, but an even better save from the Deacons.
15:03 left in the first, back to 5-on-5. New line out there for the first time. Macheska centering Camden Hussey and Dakota Sexton. Hussey fires a shot off the face-off win by Macheska. Padgett tried to chip it back to the ice. Good job to keep it in, but quickly the Demons will kick it back out. This is Walker Ripley with the puck. Ripley back into pass, finds Hussey, and it'll get out of the zone, but Hussey couldn't catch it cleanly. Likavoli, his pass, not handled cleanly either by a Demon Deacon. Here's Camden Hussey with the puck near side. Hussey moves in, centers that puck. Sexton skated right past it. And now an odd man rush the other way for Wake Forest. Likavoli gets around Olsen. Only briefly, as now Olsen ties his man up and Egan gets in to break it away from the Demon Deacons. Macheska with the puck behind the net. Lost control of it. Now Wake Forest gets it back in the corner. Jack Chauvin now behind the net, tried the wrap chance, and he lost the puck. Thought it might have been a shot on goal. No such thing. And now a stretch pass. Couldn't find Sexton. Hussey with some good vision, but he couldn't chip it down to the ice. Could Sexton. Gaining the red and dumping it in is Wake Forest. Egan in the corner to play the body. Henry tried the breakout pass to Escala, but it's turned over. Here's a chance, chipped in front of the net, and Temkin didn't have to make the save. Not the right angle on that shot. Here come the Panthers the other way quickly. Johnson puts it ahead for Henry. 13:35 left in the first, still scoreless. Johnson lost that puck, and now back the other way, Wake Forest. Lots of back and forth here. Here's Rosado. That puck out in front, dangerous opportunity, but Henry comes away with the puck, throws it off the boards, and that pass ahead by Johnson for Escala just a bit too far. Gallen carries across the blue line. That shot blocked with the stick by Egan. Excuse me, that's Olsen. Good poke check by Johnson to get it back to Henry. High Point can't clear the zone quite yet. That's a bad turnover by Wake. Henry lost the puck. Wake Forest gets off for a partial line change while still in the zone. 12:42 left in the period. Here's a one-timer. Stick save Temkin, and he blockers it out of the danger zone there in the crease. Centered back up. One-timer again off the end boards. Olsen slaps it off the end boards, and now Arsenault will pick it up near side. Dances around one man and fires a pass off to the far side boards. Olsen chips that puck up and out of play, and we'll have a face-off. 12:21 left in the first. A lot of back and forth here. Neither team really separating themselves.
Yeah, and some good defensive play from the Panthers. Olsen and Henry making plays to get the puck out of there. And then Temkin again with a nice block after the shot from Corwin.
D-to-D pass. This time it's Tommy Albrighton, one of the freshmen. There's a loose puck in the slot, but Ringstad comes away with it. Lars Ernberg wasn't able to get a stick to that. Here's Albrighton. He gives it away. Federil lost that puck, and now getting in there, a good play by McDonald. Federil knocks that puck down to the ice. He'll skate with it just a little bit. Now Calkins, one of the captains, cuts across the blue line. Calkins cuts back, centers it up for Ringstad, too far behind him, and now the Deeks the other way. 11:42 left in the first. Deeks will get off for a line change now. McDonald has it behind the net. Federil back to McDonald. Near side boards Arsenault. He's been on the ice for a while. Calkins slaps it across. No ice. And the Deeks get it back in their own zone. Chip pass ahead for Jack Chauvin. He'll carry it into the zone before he's knocked by Logan Kennedy. Kennedy around a man. This is an odd man rush. 3-on-1. Kennedy with Fallon and Ringstad. Kennedy takes a shot pad save, and Dunn will cover.
Really good opportunity there from Kennedy. Was a 3-1 rush. Maybe would have liked to have seen some passing to try and get a better opportunity, but still a good shot nonetheless, but a better save by Dunn. And that has just been the story of the first period so far. Just a bunch of good defensive plays from both sides.
Good job by Eli Race, the freshman defenseman from Malone, New York, to stand back there, cut off the passing lanes for Kennedy and force the shot. Here's a one-timer from Fallon, and it's another pad save made by Dunn. That's the second time Fallon's been robbed by Dunn on a good scoring opportunity.
Yeah, Panthers really putting the pressure on Dunn. It's what we want to see from the offense, but again, Dunn and the Deacons defense is holding down strong.
Possession battled for in the Deeks defensive end. Strong forecheck from the Panthers. When they're forechecking well, that is when they succeed. And they did it greatly last night, resulting in a 6-0 win.
Yeah, the forecheck's definitely going to be a key to this game for the Panthers.
Nice move in his own zone that time by Peter Gallen. And he'll get it out, but Tommy Kondracki, first time he's been on the ice this season, back to get it for the Panthers. Nice stretch pass finds Sasso. Fallon and Sasso playing catch at the blue line. That one's centered up inadvertently by Licavoli. A Deke lost his glove. Here's Morgan Bird at the blue line. He'll take a hit, and now an odd-man rush for the Deeks. Here comes Wake Forest. Moving in, chip pass. Oh, what a move that time, but it was too far out in front of Ryan Siffringer. No shot on goal there. Sasso falls to the ice, no call. And it's sent back in on goal to Temkin. Loose puck in the neutral zone, picked up by Wake Forest. Licavoli across the blue line now. Nice block that time by Kondracki. Sexton comes away with the puck, far side. Drops it for Kondracki. Finds Macheska, chips it out of the zone, not across the red line though. Kondracki tried the backhand pass, turned it over. Good no call there. Incidental trip on the far side, and now here's Walker Ripley. In the same spot that he had that beautiful assist. Oh, that was a bad turnover, and it was nearly a goal for Wake Forest, but Ian Temkin doing a good job to stay in front of that chance from Jesper Snow and keep this a scoreless game with 9:03 left in the first.
Yeah, unfortunate turnover there, but Temkin staying strong and thankful for the missed pass by Blakely from Wake Forest. They had a good setup, but just put it too far in front of him, and thankfully they were not able to capitalize on that.
Starting line of forwards out there now, Johnson, Escala, and Henry, with Ripley and Padgett the defensemen. Johnson finds Henry. 2 men to beat. Here comes Ryan Henry. His shot off of a stick and into the netting, out of play.
Good to get the Panthers on the offensive side of the ice. Just gives themselves a little breathing room after they were getting relentlessly shot at from the Deacons. But still, with 8:50 left to go in the first period, scoreless so far, and the Panthers defense, well, been under a lot of pressure.
Here's Henry with a centering pass, chance in front for Escala, and he can't poke it home. Ripley at the dot, his shot blocked before it got to done, and now the Deeks cutting the other way across your screen.
Nice shot by Ripley there, though.
Dancing in the attacking zone, the Deacons, that shot ramped up off a stick and out of play again. Strong defensive play from Henry to thwart that chance from Jack Chauvin.
And seeing a little bit more of that physicality that we saw earlier in the period. Things getting a little bit chippy on the side, on the Panthers side, but see if that comes into play at all later in the game.
Face-off won by Ringstad. Federer lost the puck though, gets it back. Fighting off 2 Deeks in the corner. There's a shot through traffic. It caught the stick of Egan. And now Kenny with the puck. Licavoli at the blue line, cuts in with some speed, centers it up. Oh, that's over the crossbar. Good chance there for Kenny. Egan spins around his man, fires a pass off, it's intercepted. Here come the Deeks with a chance, lost the puck. Oh, that was unfortunate for Wake Forest as that shot is blocked by Ringstad and it'll go up and out of play.
Yeah, unfortunate loss of the puck there. That could have been a big opportunity. But Kenny making his presence known on the offensive side of the ice. Every time we've seen play by Wake Forest on the offensive side, it seems like his name has been involved.
7:44 left to go here in the first period. Still scoreless. Nick Fallon set to take the draw with Nick Sasso and Logan Kennedy, the other forwards on his line. Egan and Federer, the defensemen. Egan off the end boards, backhanded pass, finds Kennedy. His pass ahead for Sasso. That big rig will not be able to reel in the pass. Kennedy tried to throw a hit, now it's an odd man rush. Good poke check from Egan. Puck into the zone. Panthers in onside. Sasso sends it back in. Kennedy avoids touching it as he was off. 7:17 left in the first. Turnover. Sasso all alone, and it's a save made by Dunn. Centers it up for Fallon, and it's kicked wide of the net.
Really good opportunity there by Sasso, just unfortunately unable to capitalize.
Federal fires a shot that's blocked by a Demon Deacon, and Egan sends it back into the zone, running into Federal in the process. Sasso can't make a hit on Licavoli. He gets by Federal, drops it back for a teammate, centers it up, and fine lead coming away with the puck. Here's Fallon off of a great pass. Fallon cutting past everybody, but he's sent to the corner. Lost the puck in the process. Fallon had a goal yesterday. Scored the first of the contest, which ended up being the game winner in a shutout.
And Fallon showing us some of the speed on that drive.
Sexton, his shot. And it's a stick save made by Dunn. Fallon cutting in, trying to tip that puck in front of the net. McDonald couldn't get to that puck. There's no ice. With 6:15 left. Here's Bird with the puck. Good move to get by one. Now two Demon Deacons. Left it for Finley. Back to Bird. Bird cutting in. His shot save made by Dunn with the stick. Macheska. Ernberg tried to get out of the zone. Couldn't for Wake Forest. And getting it in cleanly for the Deeks is Ryan Siffringer. Drop pass for Feinlieb. He'll slap it not quite out of the zone. Kept in by Wake Forest. Big hit by Macheska. And now McDonald. Lost his stick but cleared it out. Sexton takes a hit. Pass to the point for Albrighton. And now a block that time by Sexton will keep that shot from getting its way to Temkin. 5:15 left to go in the first. Sexton off the inboards. No ice. Colin Rosado back to play it, harassed by Macheska on the forecheck. Lots of back and forth here all first period. No team really separating themselves. Good scoring chances on both sides. Tryman from Philadelphia, PA, the sophomore Deacon, gets it into their attacking zone before it's quickly sent right back out by the Panthers. Escala fanned on an attempt to get it into the zone. Johnson pokes it in though. Drops it for Henry. Tried to center for Escala. Couldn't do it that time. Puck still free. And a quick shot from his knees. Henry forced a save by Dunn.
Don't know how Henry was even able to get that one out, but nice shot.
Henry with a loud hit on the far boards and a quick glove save by Dunn off the shot from Ripley. 4:29 left to go in the first. Still a scoreless game here.
Yeah, still a scoreless game, but good to see those shots from Henry, who got a pretty difficult shot off, surrounded by three Deacons, and then Walker Ripley attempting a nice shot there too.
Face-off won by the Deacons in their defensive zone. And now moving it out is Michael Kenny.
Oh, good play by Walker Ripley there.
Nice little dance from Ripley, and now into the zone it's Ryan Henry. His shot blocker save, and it drops harmlessly into the glove of James Dunn.
Really like the looks that Ryan Henry's been getting. A lot of good opportunities and taking the right shots, but Dunn has just been a stronghold for this first period.
16 saves already for Dunn compared to 9 for Temkin, with 4:13 left on the clock here in the first. Puck finds its way behind the goal line. The Deeks have it. Nice little chip pass, but Padgett will intercept that. Johnson holds up at the blue line, but got it into the zone. Escala couldn't pick that pass off. Here's Licavoli fighting off a check from Henry. Licavoli all the way in. Licavoli, puck in the slot, and it's loose. Temkin seals the post, keeps it out. Puck still free. Temkin's down and out, and finally the ref blows the whistle. And that was one of the better scoring chances so far today for Wake Forest, but Temkin holds strong and keeps it out.
Yeah, Ian Temkin, way to find the puck and keep it out. That was impressive. There were a lot of bodies in there taking shots, but he held strong and was able to keep it away. So more great defensive play from both Dunn and Temkin on both sides of the ice.
Calkins set to take the face-off. Both of the captains on the ice right now for the Panthers, Egan and Calkins, as well as Federil, Ringstad, and Hunter Arsenault. No Shea Arsenault today for the Panthers. Here's Federil. Sends it ahead for Calkins. Leaves it for Ringstad, 2-on-1. Ringstad, can he get it to Arsenault? No, it's too far out in front of him. Calkins runs in trying to get that puck still in the zone, but it clears. Egan to Federil, he sends it up for Arsenault. Arsenault had an assist on the Fallon goal on the power play before he was assessed a game misconduct yesterday as part of that 5-minute major he took. Egan in the corner. Arsenault far side now on your screen. Calkins gets it back. And that's into the netting, out of play. 2:53 left to go in the first period.
Yeah, not much time left in the first period, but no scores so far. Both defenses executing on all fronts. And the offenses on both sides have had good looks and good shots, but unable to execute.
Fallon and Ehrenberg set to take the face-off at the dot. Ehrenberg wins it, but the Panthers come away. McDonald had it stripped by Snow, who's had his name called a lot so far today. And Snow will send it up and out of play. Fallon again in the face-off circle. This time it's Howell. For the Deeks, no, excuse me, it's Jack Chauvin. There's a centering pass out in front of Chauvin. Couldn't get it on his tape, though. That was a good opportunity for the Deeks. 2:30 left to go in the first. And that puck is sent out of play by the Deacons yet again, and this face-off will come outside of the zone for Wake Forest.
Yeah, a couple of missed passes have stopped the Deacons from being able to execute completely and score. I've seen this on a couple of plays in this period where they've had good looks and good opportunities, but passes either too far in front of them or just not accurate enough.
Fallon loses the draw in the neutral zone. Kennedy in on the play, as well as Sasso. Bird can't get it out of the zone. Here's Chauvin. He'll fire, shot blocker save made by Temkin. Kennedy with some speed into the zone. Kennedy loses the handle. And a good play by McDonald to keep it in. Puck still in the zone for High Point, finally cleared out. And a good, strong defensive play made by Bird to force the Demon Deacons to touch up. Cross-ice pass. This is a chance for Wake Forest, and that shot is shot wide by Gallen. Under 2 to play in the first. Wake Forest has taken the momentum here at the end stages of the first period. Good stick there from Kennedy to block that shot by Licavoli.
Yeah, Panthers just need to hold on here for the last minute and a half. Wake Forest is relentlessly putting on offensive pressure.
Bird sends it to the point. D-to-D pass for Licavoli. His shot from the circles, glove save, Temkin.
Good eye by Temkin. That was a far shot there with a couple of players in the way, but Temkin able to eye the puck and make the stop once again.
And there was definitely a window there on the glove side for Temkin. A rare sight, a right-handed catching goaltender, but that high glove side able to shut that down and keep this a scoreless game. Ripley behind the net as we approach the 1 minute mark in the period. Deeks are off sides. They'll touch up, but Pageant gets the pass anyway. Here's Dakota Sexton. Leaves it for Macheska. Puck poked up into the air at center ice. Hussey couldn't settle it to the playing surface, and here come the Deeks the other way. Drop by Gallen. There's a shot blocked, and hitting the ice is Pageant. He'll get back up. Save made Temkin. Puck still free. Here it comes out to the high slot. 40 seconds left, and that's an offside puck there as Licavoli will have to touch up. Panthers still leading in the shots on goal department, 16-13. Licavoli has to wait for his teammate Kuchman to touch up. Licavoli not able to get by Ripley. Macheska sends it off the boards. Arm is up for icing. Does it have the legs? No. And a fend-on pass that time by the Deeks as we hit the 12 seconds remaining mark. One last chance for Wake Forest. Here they come. Wake into the zone with a lot of speed. Stick save Temkin. Puck still free. He sticks it out. 2 seconds left and one, and unable to get a final shot off is Connor Kuchman, and that's how the period ends.
You know, the story of this first period is a defensive battle on both sides. Temkin and Dunn just putting up save after save from pretty impressive shots. But like to see the Panthers getting a lot of guys involved. Ripley, Kondracki, their offense has had some opportunities, just need to execute. And for the Deacons, I think they need to just have better passing. They've had a couple of open windows, but have not been able to pass and get good opportunities.
Neither team able to get the first tally on the scoreboard through 20 minutes. We'll zam the ice and come back in just a moment with the second period of action. High Point Panthers, Wake Forest Demon Deacons tied at 0 here in Greensboro. And we're back here at the Greensboro Ice House. Second period of action has just gotten underway. Garrett Escala wins the faceoff for the Panthers.
Yeah, in a defensive battle first period. A lot of good shots, a lot of good looks, but scoreless so far.
And Ian Temkin being forced to make a quick save there. Shots on goal just about evened up now after the Panthers took an early lead in that department.
Yeah, both teams are going to be fighting for that first goal. I think there's going to be a lot of intensity and physicality coming off to start this period.
In the attacking zone, Wake Forest has not lost any of that momentum they had at the first period. In the late stages of it at least, but now here comes Ryan Henry into the zone.
I would like to see High Point get stronger on the loose pucks in the defensive zone. There's no for the defense, but other than that, some great play from them in the first period.
And that puck went out of play. Just 40 seconds gone here in the second period. Still looking for the first goal of this contest. High Point scored first yesterday.
Yeah, this first goal will definitely be huge for momentum for whichever team is able to get it.
Calkins wins the draw, but coming away with it quickly now. The Demon Deacons. They're offside, though, and they'll have to touch up. Here's Morgan Bird with the puck. Hunter Arsenault with some speed across the line, gets into the zone. Arsenault can't get it to Calkins, who was tapping for the puck. Calkins cuts in, takes this puck behind the net, drops it for Ringstad. Ringstad, backhand shot, and he wanted a penalty there, but he sends it to the corner. McDonald can't get it to Arsenault at the point. 3 back for the Panthers. Strong defensive play for High Point here. Here's Ringstad with the puck, has Arsenault. A Demon Deacon hits the ice, and now here comes Wake Forest the other way. It's sent right back in, good play by McDonald. Here's Ringstad. And we're gonna have a penalty coming up against Wake Forest for a slash.
And Ringstad was trying to pull off a nice goal off the back of the post, but was unable to do it.
So the Panthers will have their first power play of the day with 18:09 left to go in the second period.
And this could be the change that the Panthers need. Get it in on the power play and execute. They were on the penalty kill earlier and were able to get out clean.
They had one power play goal yesterday, but had opportunities for a couple more and weren't able to get them past Matt Cunningham. This is sent all the way back in by the Deacon penalty killers. Here's Dakota Johnson. Garrett Escala with some speed. Slides that pass to Morgan Bird, but it's off his skate into the zone. Couldn't catch it cleanly. Kept in at the blue line by Johnson, and now the Panther power play can set up. Johnson over to Bird, top of the circle's far side. Back to Johnson, now Bird again. Sasso waits, back to Bird, slaps it back down to Sasso in the corner. Sends it to Escala, had his stick tied up, and now Johnson at the top of the key. Escala tried the slap pass to Henry in the corner, keeps that puck in. Good job by Escala. Here's Henry in the corner. Now Johnson makes a move. Johnson cutting in. Johnson, wrap shot. Another rebound chance for Sasso, and he can't poke it home. Sasso to Bird. His shot. Save made by Dunn.
And Dunn right there was some incredible play. Panthers offense had multiple good opportunities there. Open looks, windows for shots, and just nothing able to fall. Dunn making some great plays, which what he did all throughout the first period.
16:54 left in the second, 45 seconds left on the minor for slashing, assessed to Sam Howell for the Demon Deacons. And that puck will clear the zone as the second line for the power play is onto the ice now. That first power play unit for High Point has been very good so far this weekend. Haven't been able to get on the scoreboard, but it hasn't meant that they haven't had opportunities. Ardizzone finally touches up after his stick was on the ice in the skates of Licavoli, and there's now less than 20 seconds left on the man advantage. Licavoli carries it across the blue line, takes a hit from Kennedy. That slap shot over the crossbar. A good chance on the loose puck by Cade O'Scanlan. And that'll do it for the Panther power play as we're back to 5-on-5. 16:05 left on the clock here in the second period.
Bit of a missed opportunity there for the Panthers, unable to score on the power play.
And the Demon Deacons are offside. Thought they had a 2-on-1, but with 16 minutes even left in the period, we'll have a face-off in the neutral zone.
Yeah, Panthers offense on that power play, they had some good looks, especially when we saw on that last drive when Dunn was making some great saves. Panthers had good passing and some good looks, but just unable to capitalize on anything.
Macheska set to take the draw against his numerical counterpart, Michael Kenny. And now into the zone are the Deeks and Tommy Albrighton. Centering pass, broken up, back to the blue line. Good poke check, that time by Padgett, and a good interception from Ripley. He'll move ahead. Ripley with some speed, waiting for his teammates to catch up. Ripley just fires a shot off. It's stick to the glass by Dunn. And a good chance that time for the Panthers, but the pass just a bit too far out of the reach of the recipient. Here's a 2-on-1 the other way. One-timer shot, and a good pad save from Temkin on the chance from the slot by Kenny. And he'll cover that one up. Ian Temkin has held strong so far this weekend.
Yeah, Temkin with the response. Seen Dunn make some good plays in the second period so far, and it was only a matter of time before Temkin was going to get tested, and holding strong start. Some good speed there on that drive from Ripley, and potential good opportunity there, but again, nothing working for the Panthers offense at the moment.
So these two teams met twice last season. The first result was a year ago tomorrow, to the date, September 19th, and it was a tie. As it was not a league game, you can tie in a non-league game, as these two teams aren't conference opponents. A 4-4 tie after the end of overtime. And then they met again in January on the 14th, and that was a much more lopsided contest in favor of the Demon Deacons. 7-3, the final in that game.
Yeah, I remember those games. Definitely a different roster, though, for the Deacons compared to what they had last year. But especially that first game, very physical, and neither team budging. And so far, that's what we've had today.
Well, the reason I bring up that tie in September of last season is that typically when a game starts out defensively like this one has, you get to think, well, somebody's got to score. But that's not necessarily the case. If this game goes into the extra period and we're still scoreless after that, they'll call it. They'll call it a scoreless tie. So that is in the cards, should it happen. But we'll definitely be looking for someone to break into the scoreboard as this game goes along.
Yeah, definitely could end up being that way, but there's a lot of firepower on both of these offenses. So we'll see if any of them can put together something for a score.
14:25 left in the second. Both teams have been kept out of the net so far. 21 shots for the Panthers, 16 for the Demon Deacons. Hunter Ardizzone creates a turnover, unable to clear the zone, and spinning to the ice, losing an edge was Eli Race. Now Ryan Henry in on the forecheck. Oh, Ryan Henry may have just created himself a chance. Henry couldn't settle the puck, but he nearly had a breakaway. Escala hits the deck. Here's Licavoli. Oh, a good move by a Demon Deacon. Centering pass and unable to settle it to the ice was Ernberg, as that was a great setup that time by Jesper Snow. Oh, here's a chance and a pad save from Temkin, as Jesper Snow was right there in the slot, unable to poke it home on the far post.
Really good save there by Temkin. And missed opportunity there from Ernberg. That was one of the better looks I've seen, and he just could not control the puck. But Temkin right there, that shot was really close. Thought it was going to go in for a second, but he was able to keep it away.
Calkins wins the draw for the Panthers. Slap shot, maybe a slap pass. It finds its way to the corner. Calkins throws a hit onto Albrighton, and now Bird couldn't clear the zone. But here comes Ringstad. Oh, Ringstad all by himself, weighted up, dances around 1-2 Deacons, and not the third as they'll take it away. I don't know why Ringstad opted for the slow route there. He could have had a chance, but maybe a bit tired. He'd been on the ice for a while.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen him pick up some speed there. It looked like he had the closest guy to him beat. Had some shifty moves, but again, he was outnumbered and was not able to speed past him, so did not result in anything.
Olsen pulled that back into the neutral zone before sending it deep. Panthers in a 1-2-2 on the back check. No icing here for the Demon Deacons. There's now 12:41 left on the clock in the second. Olsen tied up far boards. Calkins rims it around. Bird in there as well for the Panthers, along with Ringstad. Now Kennedy chips it ahead. Bird with some speed. Can he win the race to the puck? Yes, Bird gets there behind the net. Bird's with it still, and he lost control. Sent back behind the net for the Demon Deacons. Big hit put on to Kennedy there by a Demon Deacon. That's Will Treeman. Here come the Deeks. There's a shot and a chest save by Temkin yet again. The Deeks are getting higher danger scoring opportunities here in this second period.
Yeah, Temkin is holding strong and has made some great saves. That one, no exception, but seeing a lot of pressure from the Deacons offense. Would like to see the defense for the Panthers put on a little bit more pressure in return and help Temkin out a little bit.
Fallon set to take the face-off with Michael Kenny. Fallon wins it back. Federil sends that puck up into the net and out of play.
Yeah, we're 2 minutes away from the halfway point of the period and still no score. This has looked a lot like the first period.
Ice perhaps tilted a little bit more in Wake Forest's favor after about the midway point of the first period. This puck is going to trickle in on Dunn, and he'll have to cover it for a face-off, so a good break for the Panthers there. 11:51 left on the clock now.
Yeah, I would agree, Graham. It looks like the Deacons have had more pressure on the offensive side and have kind of controlled the game more, but granted to the Panthers and Temkin, still no score being allowed.
Both teams have had a power play opportunity at this point in the game. The Deeks was in the first, the Panthers in the second, and both penalty kills coming out victorious in both situations. Federil ahead for Kennedy, sends it up for Sasso. Sasso dances around one defender, but a good job to body him off, but it's going to draw a penalty. Sasso gets the pass from Egan, trying to pick a corner, loose puck still, and before Temkin could get to the bench, that's another power play for the Panthers coming up.
And here we go, another opportunity for the Panthers in the power play, unable to execute on the first one, but this could be huge for the game. Sasso had a nice look there, but was unable to get it, couldn't choose which corner he wanted to go to, and Deacons got there too quickly.
Licavoli in the box for 2 minutes. So the first power play line will start. It's Henry, Escala, Sasso, Johnson, and Bird, the defenseman. Escala was perfect in the face-off circle on the power play yesterday, unable to win that first one. Now it's an odd man rush the other way, shorthanded for Wake Forest. Johnson getting back in the play. There's a shot and a save made by Temkin. 13 seconds gone in the power play so far. Nice play from Bird to get that puck back, and now ahead to Sasso. Sasso trying to get around his defender. Albrighton. Escala in the corner to Henry. Back to Johnson. Johnson fires one through. It took a deflection and goes to the corner. Slapped ahead by the Deeks. Siffringer. Drop pass. Oh, here's a chance for Wake. And a pass and a move and a save. Temkin. Good look shorthanded for the Deeks. Here come the Panthers back the other way. Again, it's Sasso carrying into the zone around the net. Centered for Escala. His shot and a save by Dunn. This time, both goalies trading saves here in the second period. 1 minute left in the penalty, 10:25 left on the clock.
Up close shot there from Escala. Thought he might be able to get away with it.
Calkins fresh off the bench, breaks up that rush. Here's Bird. That's chipped into the zone, no ice. And it'll be gloved by Dunn for a face-off, so the Panthers and Deeks both will have a chance to complete their line changes. 10-12 left to go in the second. Still scoreless, 44 seconds left on the power play for the Panthers. Their second of the day so far, second of the period.
Yeah, Panthers able to get some pressure during this power play. That's what we wanted to see, but still no score.
Here's Ringstad. Ringstad centers it up for Ardizzone. Quick move, finds Egan, and he wasn't ready for the pass. I think he thought as well as I did that Ardizzone was going to shoot that puck. And instead it's cleared down by the Deeks. 27 seconds left on the power play. Here's Ringstad. Ringstad gets by one man. Ringstad cutting to the slot. Lost the puck. And it's sent back down by the Demon Deacons. 10 seconds left on the power play. We're now officially through the midway point of this game. Still scoreless. Fallon dances through one Deke. Toe drag, good move. Fallon, puck still loose. And here we go, out of the box, back to 5-on-5. Ringstad still with the puck. Tried to drop it for himself, and it's chipped up out of the zone by the Deeks. Egan ahead for Ardizzone. Touches it between his legs. Here's Calkins, backhanded pass. Nearly intercepted, but Egan able to chip it out of the zone. Fallon had his stick tied up, as well as Ardizzone. Puck still fought for near side. Egan shoves the Demon Deacon, and that puck is into the netting and out of play. 8:52 left on the clock.
Yeah, unfortunately, power play is over for the Panthers. Unable to get anything done, but credit to the Deacons on the penalty kill. They've been strong so far. 2 power plays and nothing for them.
22-20, the shots on goal counter in favor of the Panthers. Both goalies have been tested so far. And we're going to have a whistle here. It's something wrong with Dunn's equipment.
Yeah, looks like something with
his mask was just a bit messed up. He's all good now, though. We'll redo that face-off. Face-off won by Escala. Ripley on the backhand, sends it behind the net of Temkin. Pageant. Johnson back to Ripley, off the boards. Henry couldn't catch up to it. Here's Ripley now. Chipped down by a Deacon defender. That was Albrighton. Escala sends it back down low. Left for Johnson. Henry, oh, just out of the reach of Johnson. That was a great chance. Johnson was all alone in the slot and he couldn't catch that pass. Those two have a lot of chemistry, Henry and Johnson, and it showed right there. Macheska hits the ice as the Deeks the other way. Good poke check from Pageant. Very strong defensive play. Sent Albrighton down to the ice. But Albrighton centers a puck up, nobody home. That was a great spinorama move by the freshman defender for Wake Forest. And there's a puck loose in the crease, and Temkin has to cover it up. Pageant's going to hold his ground right there in the slot, and we'll have a face-off. 7:50 left in the second.
Yeah, good look there from Temkin. There was a good opportunity from the Deacons, but he still was holding strong. But we can talk about that play on the other side from the Panthers. That was almost an amazing shot. It would have been good. He was all open in the slots, but fortunately nothing able to come out of that.
Face-off won by the Panthers. Here comes Sasso. Makes a man miss, sends the pass ahead, but Licavoli intercepted it. Strong play from the sophomore defenseman. You wouldn't be able to tell that Licavoli was a sophomore from the way he plays. He is one of the foremost leaders of this Deacon team.
Yeah, and a big force for them last season. One of their most impactful players.
Here comes Fallon. Fallon, a nice move, sends it ahead for Kennedy, but it's just too far. Couldn't get a shot on goal there. That could have been a 2-on-1.
Yeah, Fallon just couldn't quite get control of the puck there because he had his man beat, but the defender, credit to him.
Here's a potential 2-on-1 for the Deeks. That shot saved by Temkin off the shot from Licavoli. Back behind the net. The Deeks still with it. They'll cycle it around. Licavoli behind the net. Centers it up and just out of the reach of Siffringer. Quickly, McDonald off the boards. Chips it ahead to himself. Getting back into play is Siffringer. Siffringer lost it to Ardizzone, but gets it back. Here's a stretch pass, and just too far out in front. This is no icing, as winning the race is Blakely. Second-year law student for the Deeks. Centered it up, but Egan broke up that pass. Calkins collects it. 6:19 left on the clock here in the second period. Egan into the zone with Sasso. Egan fires a shot off the crossbar. Oh, that was nearly a beauty of a shot from Sean Egan. It just hits the wrong part of the iron. And with 6:11 left on the clock, we'll have a face-off.
Yeah, just a little bit high on the snipe, but that was a really good-looking shot there. It's kind of what we want to see from the Panthers offense. That would have been hard to stop had it been lower. So,
and I guarantee you that Wake Forest doesn't know that Egan is as good of a forward as he is a defenseman. They see that their first-line defenseman is into the zone. They're going to let him have that space in the high slot, not thinking that he's going to be able to place a shot as well as he can. That's why that chance materialized.
Yeah, and Egan's going to capitalize that and make them pay for that mistake.
And we've got a whistle here. I'm not sure what that was all about. It may have hit a light fixture or the ceiling in some capacity. But with 5:49 left, yep, that's exactly what happened. It hit the ceiling. 5:49 left in the period. We'll have another draw in the Panther defensive end this time. The momentum starting to maybe shift back towards High Point a little bit after that power play that they had.
Yeah, even though they weren't able to score, definitely seen a little bit more energy and seen a little bit more rejuvenated. And seeing shots like that from Egan, giving them a boost.
Egan leaves it for Federer. It's sent all the way down, no ice. Deeks pick it back up off the end boards. Ripley sends it to the top of the circles. Oh, what a move by Ardizzone. Tight turn that he made right there, able to keep his skates, but he lost the puck. Kept in by Calkins, though, and he'll send it to the near boards where it's picked up by Albrighton. Feels like we've called his name quite a bit today. He's been all over the place for the Deeks. Here's Ringstad. Nice little move. Lost the puck, though, and Ripley picks it back up at the red line. 5 minutes left in the period. Ripley dances through two Deeks, but not a third. And
nice
now Padgett with the backhand into the zone at the red line, so no ice. Puck rims all the way around the boards, and it's out of the zone, so Ringstad just slides it back in. He'll get off for a change. Sexton on to take his place. Ripley ahead for Sexton. Couldn't get it down to the ice. Pass all the way ahead, and this is icing. Macheska, Feinlieb, Sexton, Padgett, and Ripley, the five on the ice for the Panthers here as they take the face-off in their attacking zone. 4:23 left in the second.
Yeah, good group on the ice. I think they might be able to get some more pressure on the Deacons. They've got a lot of momentum. You can feel it for the Panthers, and they've been keeping it out of their defensive zone for the most part as of recent, so we'll see what happens.
35 and a half scoreless minutes so far in this game. We'll see how much longer that will continue. Padgett in the defensive end after the face-off loss for the Panthers. That puck finds its way to the face-off dot, where a quick shot from Jack Chauvin is fired wide. Here's Feinlieb. Gets it into the zone. Here's Macheska, 2-on-1. Has Sexton in his skates, and he couldn't get it to the tape. Feinlieb throws a hit near side after creating that play. Big hit from Macheska here, and a clean one at that. Here's Ripley.
A shifty move there by Ripley.
Fired into the opposite corner by Race for the Deeks. 3.5 to go. That puck will find its way to center ice, where it's picked up by Wake Forest and Colin Rosado. Here's a turnover by Rosado. Feinlieb into the zone, drops it for Sexton, but a bit too far behind him. And now Sexton the other way. Here come the Deeks. Ripley back on defense, good poke check. And Sexton off the boards to the red line. And he needs a line change. Escala and Johnson are on the ice. Henry's still patiently waiting to finish that combination. And finally the ref will blow the whistle after Temkin had that puck covered for quite some time. 3:02 left on the clock here in the second period.
A little bit of chippiness after that shot there. Had some guys get into it a little bit, but nothing broke out. Some great defensive plays from the Panthers side. Ripley with some nice moves and a poke check. And others as well, keeping down the fort.
And we're gonna have some penalties assessed here. It's a roughing against the Deeks, and I believe Aiden Pageant is gonna take one as well. So we will stay, 4-on-4 hockey now.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were going to do anything with that.
So this is the first time we've seen the Panthers at 4-on-4 so far this year. So we'll see what these lines look like. It's gonna be Egan, Bird, Henry, and Escala on the ice. Into the zone, the Deacons after the face-off win. Egan took a stick up high. Gets his stick back though. And now back into the neutral zone. The puck will find its way. When this penalty expires, there will be just about a minute left in the period. Egan takes a big hit, gets sat down, but got the puck into the zone, did his job. Escala for Henry. Henry tried to get it to Egan. He was alone in the slot, but Henry's stick tied up, and now the other way, the Deacons. This is a 3-on-1. Bird, the lone defender. Bird breaks up that pass. Good job by the freshman defenseman to tip that puck to Temkin.
Yeah, great defensive play from Bird.
Here's Henry, all alone now. Henry cutting in on the backhand, and he couldn't get a shot off. Egan nearly poked it in the near post, and now the puck's still free behind the net of Dunn. Intercepted by Bird. Bird a chance, his shot wide of the mark. And the Panthers nearly caught with too many men on the ice, as Egan almost touched that puck after McDonald had already came on for him.
And Bird making his presence known in this lineup here with a great defensive tip that could have saved a costly goal from them, and then on the offensive side having some good shots.
Good poke from Temkin to keep that chance away. Now the Panthers in their own defensive zone. 26 seconds left in the 4-on-4. Here's McDonald. Calkins sends it into the zone. And now the Panthers send it right back in. 4-on-4 period nearly finished. And now both Pageant and Rosado released from the box. Back to 5-on-5. There's a big hit. Panthers bench likes that. Less than a minute left in the period. Kennedy couldn't complete that drag. He'll get into the zone though. Logan Kennedy in the corner. Now behind the net, takes a hit from a Demon Deacon, that's Blakely. Here's a chance, Federil, top of the circles, 30 seconds left. His shot blocked by a stick. Kennedy brings it back down to the ice. Sasso couldn't get the puck, Federil gets it back. Pass ahead, Kondracki picks it up. Sends it in at the red line. And that puck into the netting out of play with 12.9 to go here. And both teams starting to get a little restless as they've both been kept scoreless through nearly 2 full periods. Escala set to take the face-off. That starting forward line of him, Johnson, and Henry on the ice. Escala wins the draw, but Bird couldn't keep it in the zone. Less than 10 ticks left. And that'll be icing as McDonald wins the race, so 5.2 seconds left on the clock. And we'll do that face-off over again.
Yeah, no different result from the first period. Still scoreless from both sides.
This time Escala picks the other face-off circle to take the draw from. Escala can't win it this time. Puck still fought for though. 2 seconds and 1. And the second period ends with the same score as the first. Still nobody on the board here through 40 minutes of play in Greensboro, though both teams have had some fantastic chances. And Luke and I will be back here in the Greensboro Ice House after a brief intermission, and we'll see if anybody can come through on the scoreboard or if we'll have extra hockey here at the Greensboro Ice House. It's a scoreless game through 2 between the Panthers and the Demon Deacons. Hopefully, in this next 20-minute window, we'll finally have somebody break through, or else we'll have extra hockey. 40 minutes down, 20 to go, still scoreless here in Greensboro.
Yeah, and I mean, the story of the game has just been defense and holding down the fort from both of the goalies. I think that period was very different from the first, though. A lot more energy, definitely like a lot more physicality, but High Point's passing has been a little sloppy, and it's causing some turnovers in their defensive zone. So that's one thing that would be nice for them to see going forward in this period.
Well, here comes Ryan Henry into the zone quickly. Henry lost the handle, slings it towards the net, but just wide. Egan slaps it on goal, padded to the corner by Dunn. Both goalies still perfect so far. That puck is into the netting and out of play. 19:36 left on the clock here in the final regulation frame.
Yeah, stars of this game, Dunn and Temkin. Both have been relentlessly fired on the whole game and had some really good shots and good looks on them, but they have been staying strong and playing well.
Escala can't win the face-off here in the offensive zone, but Egan at the blue line slaps it right back in, keeps it onside. That one's chipped up and into the defensive zone for the Panthers. No icing. Temkin out of his crease to play it. Federal back to play defense there. Egan and Henry can't get it out of the zone. Here's Federal near corner. Behind the net for Escala. Ahead for Johnson. Pass a bit too hot for him. Quickly the other way, Licavoli, strong play from Federal to get that puck back in Panther possession. Now Arsenault trying to split a couple defenders. Ringstad gets it back. Tried the toe drag, lost the handle. Arsenault into the zone, drops it for Ringstad. Ringstad on the backhand looking for Arsenault, but he couldn't connect there.
Some good passing there by Ringstad and Arsenault. Some good connections back and forth.
Some nice mitts by those two youngsters on the Panthers offense. Here's a pass off the boards looking for Ringstad. Too far out in front of him, and Ringstad hits the ice trying to lift the stick of Colin Licavoli. In the corner, it's taken by the Demon Deacons. Back behind the net, turned over, centering pass, Calkins shot, and it's blocked.
Really good look there, right in the center. Calkins had it, but shot was blocked.
Arsenault sends it right back into the attacking zone for the Panthers. Strong stick there from McDonald to break up that play. Puck settles back down to the ice, and it's chipped along by Ringstad. Just over 2 minutes off the clock so far here. Potential 2-on-1 for the Deeks. That's a shot from a sharp angle, and it's a stick save from Temkin. Calkins dances around one Demon Deacon and just sends it ahead where he'll get off for a line change. McDonald with an interception at the red line. With some speed, he'll get into the zone. Sends it around the boards. Looking for Kennedy in the near corner now. Kennedy lost it. And Fallon couldn't get the stick in on that play. 3-on-3 for the Deeks. That shot nowhere near on net, through the crease harmlessly. Poked ahead by Sasso. This is a 2-on-1 with Fallon and Sasso. Fallon, can he get the pass off? Sends it to Sasso. His shot blocked, and it sticks right back. What a defensive play that time from Tommy Albrighton.
Jeez, what a play from Albrighton. I mean, the passing back and forth, they had such a good look. Sasso made the pass, and it was right there open. Great shot, good look, but even better play.
And there's Nick Sasso, the latest Panther to be robbed of a goal by James Dunn and the Demon Deacon defense. At the red line, Pageant fans on an attempt to get it into the zone, and now here's a 1-on-1 for the Deeks. Numbers for the Panthers on the back check. Walker Ripley lost his stick, has to slide over, and that's a bad pass. Nearly an opportunity for Eli Race and the Deeks. 16:40 left to go in the third period, still scoreless here in Greensboro. That pass slapped into the corner by Licavoli. His numerical counterpart Ripley picks it up. Sasso and Ripley in the corner working to get the puck back for the Panthers. Here's a chance for the Deacons. There's a shot, easy pad save from Timken. Didn't even have to move. Good positioning there from the sophomore netminder. Licavoli, high slot. His shot, good block by Kennedy to send that puck out of play. This is the strongest that I have seen the Panthers play defensively in a 2-game weekend in a very long time. Between the scoreless effort yesterday against Stevenson, scoreless through 2 periods plus here against Wake Forest, the defense is clicking better than it has, and that is in large part thanks to the new core of freshmen between Bird, Ripley, and Federer, 3 freshmen in the top 6 defensemen. They are doing their job and doing it well.
Yeah, they are. This is just the kind of precedent you want to set at the start of the season.
That shot goes behind the net. It was blocked before it could get to Timken from a sharp angle. Slapped by Albrighton. It was blocked by Escala. There's Egan with a backhand to the far boards where it'll be picked up by Sam Howell over there in the red bucket. Henry tried to make a good move. Egan took a stick up high, no call. Olsen couldn't get that puck out of the zone. In the corner, centered up by Howell. Here's a chance for the Deeks, and it trickles behind the goal. Still in possession of Wake Forest. Centering pass, a one-timer for Howell, and it's not on goal. Howell centers it up, still in the blue paint as the puck, and it is just barely kept in by Albrighton. His shot, he scores. Tommy Albrighton finally breaks through onto the scores sheet, and the shutout streak ends for Ian Temkin, and it's 1-0 Demon Deacons.
That snipe by Albrighton was a really good shot. He was way far back and had it there, but there was an open window, and Panthers just weren't there to stop it, and Temkin finally let one through. He'd been pretty strong defensively today and yesterday, not allowing any goals at all, but credit to Albrighton.
Temkin unable to see that puck through traffic. It just stayed along the ice, no rise at all, and that shot from the blue line finds its way in. 15:24 left in the third. It's a 1-goal advantage for the Demon Deacons. So now the Panthers have some time left to tie this game up or perhaps take a lead before we get to the extra time. Here's another chance for Wake on the backhand, and Temkin seals the post and covers.
That was a costly mistake there for the Panthers. Missed that guy right there, and that almost could have made it a 2-score lead for the Deacons. Thankfully, they were able to recover well. But it was only a matter of time before the Deacons got on the scoreboard. Their pressure had been relentless, and Panthers had been playing great defensively, but there was still a lot of pressure on the offense from the Deacons.
Here's Ringstad with the puck now. Potential numbers for the Panthers. Ringstad lost it, but saving the play is McDonald. Here's Calkins, now Bird. Bird into the zone. Bird on the backhand, drops it for Ringstad. His shot save done. Ringstad, good play to get it back to himself. Panthers still with the puck in the zone. Bird with a good play to keep that possession. Nobody home in the corner to get that puck for either team. Arsenault and Ringstad in there.
Bit of a spin around shot there by Ringstad, but it ended up being a really good look.
McDonald back on defense. Good poke check that time from Calkins, but still with the puck. There's a shot wide of the mark by the Deeks. I think Calkins and McDonald both thought that the puck had cleared the zone, but was not the case. Here's a potential break, and just overskating it is Ringstad. 14:10 left on the clock here. There's a shot up into the netting and out of play yet again. 14:02 left on the clock here in the third. 1-0 Wake Forest is the score, courtesy of Tommy Albrighton, who has had himself a day.
Yeah, some intense play by both sides start this third period, especially from the Deacons. So definitely sensing a little bit of urgency from the Panthers. Third period, 14 minutes and 2 seconds left. I have to see if they can get something done.
There's a pad save by Temkin, and an easy one. This puck finds its way to the side, far side boards. Sasso slaps it along, for Licavoli. Padgett with the puck in his own end. Puck finds its way to the slot. It's collected by the Deeks. Michael Kenny sends it behind the goal. Padgett hits the ice. after getting it to Ripley. There's a turnover by the Panthers. Howell is shot right into the numbers of Temkin, and he'll cover up. 13:25 left in the third period here.
Temkin still making some good plays and keeping an eye on the puck. Had that one shot that unfortunately went in for him, but it was a tough window to see through. A lot of traffic, a lot of guys in there. Somehow it got through, but now more focused than ever.
Face-off won by Wake Forest. Albrighton, another slap shot. Oh, that one nearly found its way in too, but it's wide of the mark.
And Albrighton relentlessly attacking.
Johnson slaps it off the boards, arm is up, and this will be icing.
Albrighton with the only goal for the Deacons and the only score of the game, but he has had some great shots, and since that goal that he had, he's just been firing on all cylinders.
Scala wins that face-off, back to Egan. Top forward and D-lines out there for the Panthers. Henry ahead to Escala. Had his stick lifted, got it into the zone regardless. Henry throws a hit. Panthers are in on sides. 3-on-1. Henry fires a pass, and Johnson couldn't get the shot off. That's about the second time we've seen that today. Henry and Johnson just not on the same page.
Yeah, and that's what I was touching on earlier. It's just been the passing has not been working for the Panthers. A really good opportunity there from Henry to Johnson, but Johnson just couldn't quite catch it.
Here's a one-timer, they score! Connor Kuchman extends the lead with an insurance goal. It's 2-0 Deeks, 12:29 left in the third, and High Point is going to take their timeout. Coach Don Starcher not particularly pleased with what he just saw in that sequence. And we'll take a break with them. Panther timeout has been taken, and we're back here in the Greensboro Ice House. 2-0 lead now for the Demon Deacons, and the Panthers have dug themselves a hole to climb out of. McDonald, D-to-D for Bird, ahead to Arsenault. His game is not yet over.
Now, still plenty of time on the clock for the Panthers to make a comeback, but if they're going to do something, they got to do it quickly because they are down 2-0 with only 12 minutes left.
In their next to last game of the regular season last year, their final conference game, the Panthers trailed Coastal Carolina University 6-2 in the second period and ended up coming back to win that game 8-7 in overtime. So you can never count this team out. They had multiple comeback wins last year. In fact, both of their final two wins of the year against Coastal Carolina and UNC Charlotte were comeback wins. So this team has a lot of fight in them, and we'll see if they can claw their way back into this one. 11:27 left in the third. Haven't been able to poke their way onto the score sheet yet. They've been outshot 30-26 by the Deacons after they had an early lead in that department. And with 11:17 left, we'll have an icing.
Yeah, this team is resilient, and That Coastal Carolina game that we both were calling
insane.
Was one of the craziest games I've ever seen, and they made a very improbable comeback, and it's not out of the question they can do it again today. They do it usually later in the game too, right when you need to. So still plenty of time, but the urgency should be felt.
Licavoli, nice move to cut back the other way. He'll send that pass ahead to Ehrenberg. Deacon blows a tire behind the net and allows Ripley to come away with the puck uncontested. Here's Nick Sasso on a breakaway. Sasso cutting in, a move, and it's kept out by Dunn. Wasn't able to get that shot on goal. Arsenault's shot block. Puck still loose in the crease, and a quick shot save made by Dunn yet again. Panthers with some pressure here. Wraparound shot style from Ripley, and now the Deeks the other way. That was some quick pressure. Ripley with a great breakout pass to catch Nick Sasso.
Yeah, and that was the kind of opportunity the Panthers needed too. Ripley set it up very nicely. And
now here's a 2-on-1. Sasso diving to try to keep the puck alive for Nick Fallon. And Albrighton couldn't catch up to that. This is icing against Albrighton and the Deeks. So 10-13 left on the clock here in the third, and the Panthers already showing there's no quit in this team.
Yeah, great looks by Sasso with a great pass from Walker Ripley, and he was so close to getting it, but Dunn has just been a force this game and is allowing all these good looks and good-looking shots to just not come through.
Calkins unable to win the draw. Federer back on defense. Calkins joining, and a pass too far out in front of the intended recipient for the Demon Deacons. Federer clears the crease. This puck back into the slot, and Temkin sticks it aside. 9:52 left to go in the third. That shot is blocked up into the air, not quite to the ceiling, and not out of play. Treeman in the far corner. That shot will be gloved by Temkin, and we'll have a face-off in the Panther defensive end yet again. Kondracki and Bird, the defense pairing on the ice with Escala, Henry, and Johnson. Kondracki takes the puck away from the attacking Demon Deacon, and Henry tried to create a break for him and Johnson. And that puck is played with a high stick, and it will be blown dead. The Demon Deacon got the blade up a bit too high, and that will cost them an offensive zone draw.
Yeah, we're under 10 minutes here, 9:15 left to go. Panthers have got to make something happen soon.
Escala loses the draw. Nice little move that time. Kenny making a couple Panthers miss. Excuse me, that's Rosado. Rosado all the way around. Drops it for Kuchman, the most recent goal scorer. Here's Kondracki. His pass ahead for Bird, who wasn't expecting it, but they'll chip it in onside. And no icing. Bird tied up in the corner. Gets it to Johnson. Here's Kondracki. Fans on the shot. Here's a shot from Henry. Pad save made. Excuse me, that was Bird. Sends it to the slot for Escala, and it goes through the blue paint. Tons of high pressure chances for the Panthers, but haven't been able to poke any of them home. Deeks with it in the zone. Licavoli at the blue line. McDonald tried to block the shot. Oh, a good deflection, and they score on the rebound. Carter Heekin, the freshman, puts it home and extends the lead to 3 for Wake Forest.
Yeah, and Temkin not able to secure the puck after the rebound. And great credit to the Deacons. They were right there, ready to capitalize on it when it came up. Unfortunately for the Panthers, they are now down 3-0 with 8:11 left to go. Not much time. We did mention their resilience, but they're going to need to make something happen very quickly if they want any chance to get back into this game.
Well, right after the timeout, after the last goal, the Panthers had some great chances, especially that breakaway from Sasso. So we'll see if they can get back into that same rhythm here. Here's a break for Ringstad. Ringstad holds up, waits for a teammate. Sasso had it lost in his skates, gets it back, tried to find Ringstad. And now on the near boards, they'll stay in possession of the Panthers. Ringstad in the corner, had it poked away, cycles it back around for Sasso. Here's Calkins with it at the blue line, sends it deep for Sasso, behind the back pass for Arsenault. Excuse me, that's Ringstad to Sasso. Tried to play it behind his back, picks it back up on the forehand. Sasso cutting to the dot, and a deflection from McDonald doesn't find its way on net. 7:22 left. This is a break for the Deeks. Pass deflected by Olsen, but Calkins keeps it from getting to Temkin. McDonald. Drop pass for Olsen. Wants to find Ringstad and does near side. Cross ice pass catches Henry. Henry shot from the top of the circles and it's sticked aside by Dunn. Henry, his pass, not able to find Olsen. Here comes Ernberg. Cutting around behind the net. Ernberg. Still in possession, the Deeks. But a good play from Olsen strips O'Scanlan from the puck. Now Johnson with the puck now. Arsenault, a good play to stay on side. Fires a shot and forces a pad save from Dunn. Escala on the backhand.
A nice recovery there by Arsenault.
Pass was out of the reach of Padgett. Big hit from Escala, sits his man down, and now Padgett gets the puck back. Padgett drops to a knee, sends it off the corner, trying to find Arsenault. Here's Macheska. Now Henry ahead for Arsenault. 4 forwards on the ice right now. Here's Macheska for Henry. A pass. Oh, and Macheska was not ready for it. And this is a penalty, contact to the head against Wake Forest. Arsenault still down on the ice.
Oh, and Macheska almost had a beautiful shot right there. Dunn was on the other side of the post, and the right side was completely open.
This is going to be a major power play for the Panthers. Oh, this is a big development. Colin Rosado has been sent off. I think this is going to be, 5 minutes up on the board against Wake Forest.
Wow.
So this is big. 5:49 left on the clock in the third, down by 3. The Panthers have a 5-minute major power play, a continuous power play, to try to cut into this lead and potentially force an overtime period.
Yeah, and they're going to have that power play, like you said, for pretty much the rest of the regular period. This could be the kind of thing that Panthers need to utilize to cut down this lead a little bit more. First, got to get something on the board.
The first one is the hardest one to get, so let's see if they can do that. Escala, Sasso, Henry, Johnson, and Bird, the 5 on the ice for High Point.
Yeah, good group for High Point out there.
And that puck is into the netting and out of play. We'll do the face-off over again. Luckily for Wake Forest, at the ACHA level, there's no delay of game penalties, so they'll stay at 4 skaters shorthanded. Face-off won by the Panthers this time. Johnson fires a shot, almost nipped, bar down, but it goes into the netting and out of play, so we'll have another offensive zone draw. Temkin has been called out of his crease. He's playing at the top of the circles. You gotta wonder when he'll come to the bench, trying to get that 6th attacker out so they can play 6-on-4. Behind the back pass, Henry gets it from Sasso. Henry in the corner for Bird. Extra attacker out for the Panthers. Shot through traffic, and it's save made. And now the empty net. 6-on-4 will skate for the next 4:30. Bird gets it. Here's Johnson. Johnson gets it back from Henry. His shot off the glass. Bird to Sasso. Calkins is the extra skater. Bird gets it back to Johnson. Back to Bird. Johnson again. High slot. Bird. Sasso. His shot. Save made. Calkins with the rebound chance. Couldn't put it home. 4 minutes left in the power play. Bird to Sasso. Fires another quick pass. And there's a shot from a sharp angle. Escala couldn't get it to done. And that puck into the bench and out of play. And it will stay in the offensive zone for High Point. 3:50 left on the power play, 4:40 on the clock.
Yeah, Panthers couldn't get any clean looks there. Deacons are suffocating them on defense, and down a man with High Point having all their attackers in, they were holding strong on that possession.
Temkin back on the ice for the faceoff. And Henry will leave the ice. So the 5 on the ice, Arsenault, Ringstad, looks like Fallon, Egan, and Johnson, as well as Temkin, until possession is established at least. And it has been, and now Henry back onto the ice for Temkin. Here's Ringstad. Finds a cutting Johnson, and the pass too far out in front of him. Henry at the blue line. Can he keep it in? Yes. To the high slot. Fallon over to Ringstad. Chip pass for Fallon, and it's out of his reach. And now this is a 2-on-0 for Wake Forest, and that should put it away. Ryan Siffringer gets the 4th goal of the afternoon. Now here in Greensboro, and it's 4-0, the shorthanded tally with the empty net.
Yeah, unfortunately for the Panthers, Deacons able to break away there, and then it's an easy goal. Put it up 4-0. The game looks to be out of reach for High Point, but let's see if they can stay resilient and at least try to cut the lead down and get something on the board. Still plenty of time, and they are going to be up a man for at least 3 minutes and 18 seconds left in this period.
Ringstad set to take the draw. And that puck off a stick into the penalty box and out of play. .404 left on the clock here in the third. Johnson couldn't get the tape on that puck. 3:55 left here in the third. He'll start the breakout. Takes it himself. Finds Egan. Egan into the zone. Trying to cut between a couple of Demon Deacons. He'll shove one to the wall, and this puck will be cleared all the way down. Johnson leaves it for Ringstad. Ringstad turns the Demon Deacon around with some speed. Gets past another. But now he loses it, and the Demon Deacons send it right back to center ice. Bird with the puck for High Point. Bird with speed. Cuts in on the forehand, takes a shot, and he scores! What a snipe from Bird to hit the top corner.
Yeah, really nice shot there. I don't think Dunn was expecting it to go in that direction, but it hit the top of the corner. And Bird with the sneaky shot there, able to get it in and cut the lead down to 3. Positive takeaway in a period that has been not in the Panthers' favor.
So Bird with the power play goal cuts the lead back down to 3. With 3:11 left, 2:22 left on the clock here in the third period on that power play. And it is continuous power play time.
Looks like they might be addressing a penalty. I see they added.
There's another penalty up on the board. against the Demon Deacons. This is going to be 5-on-3 power play time.
Well, for the next 2 minutes.
It's Standish Carruthers in the box.
This could give a little spark to the Panthers, able to execute finally on the power play there. And now up 2 men. This could be huge.
I missed the call. I didn't see what the penalty was assessed for, but it's 2 full minutes of 5-on-3. Here's a break for Henry right off the faceoff. Henry's shot save made. And that puck kicked into the netting and out of play by Bird. It'll be a neutral zone draw.
And right after the faceoff, Henry bringing the heat on a great shot and a good look, but Dunn with another better save.
Shots on goal 37-34 in favor of High Point.
Yeah, they've been able to get shots off. That hasn't been the issue today. It's just been the defensive play, mainly from Dunn.
Here's Calkins with the puck at the center ice faceoff circle. Gets it back from Bird, the goal scorer. Bird into the zone. Drops it for Sasso. Tries to poke it along. Puck still fought for, and it's cleared down. Temkin was halfway to the bench. Comes back to his crease to play this puck. Calkins gets it from Temkin. Henry dances around an attacking Deacon. Bird trying to cut into the zone, couldn't do so, has to wait for his teammates to touch up. Calkins. Back to Bird, Temkin to the bench. Onto the ice is Johnson, here's Sasso. His shot, blocker save made, puck still free in the slot, and another chance for Escala is swallowed up by Dunn.
It's been impressive defense from only 3 of the Deacons and Dunn.
The Panthers skating 6-on-3 right now. They've got to be able to put one more home. They need 3 to tie it.
Yeah, it would be a huge missed opportunity of 6-on-3 if they're not able to get another goal.
Here's Johnson. High slot, finds Bird. Back to Johnson. Takes a slap pass outside of the range of Calkins, and this is cleared down. 50 seconds left in the 6-on-3. Would be 5-on-3, but the extra attacker out. Here comes Johnson. Drops for Escala. Ahead for Bird. Bird into the zone. Drops it for Johnson. Now Henry back to Johnson. Henry, top of the circles. Cross-ice pass for Bird. His shot, he scores! Morgan Bird, second of the period.
And Bird not backing down 4-1. Up a couple guys, they need to make a play, and Bird bringing the Panthers back in this last period. Both goals for the Panthers have come from Bird, and he is showing what a good playmaker he is.
The third freshman on the team in just 2 games with a multi-goal game. Ringstad and Sasso with 2 yesterday. Bird with both for the Panthers so far today. And there's still 52 seconds left in this major power play.
Yeah, Panthers still have the number advantage here. See if they can get something quick.
1:42 left on the clock here. Escala wins the faceoff. Calkins back to play it.
In a game that seemed hopeless, there is life for the Panthers.
That's how we told you. There's no quit in this team. Here's Egan. Pass off the boards. Wants to find Sasso and does. Leaves it for Henry. Here comes Ryan Henry. Cuts back at the top of the circles. Temkin halfway to the bench. Here's Calkins. Fires a pass through, and it's sticked aside by Dunn. Egan tied up in the corner. Extra attacker out. It's Johnson. Here's Egan. Drops it back to the high slot for Johnson. 1:10 on the clock. Johnson shot through traffic, and it's saved and blocked into the glass by Dunn. Calkins, slap pass over to Escala, takes a shot, rebound still loose, and Dunn will swallow it up with exactly 1 minute left on the clock here. Empty net for the Panthers and 10 seconds left on this major power play.
Yeah, looking back to a takeaway of this period, that breakaway shot that the Deacons got when it was empty net for the Panthers is really costly. That put them up and kind of put this game out of reach for them.
And Ryan Henry also had that breakaway opportunity, the save made by Dunn. Dunn hasn't made any flashy saves really, but he has been solid in net for the Demon Deacons. And that's all they've needed him to be. Face-off won by the Panthers. Here's Johnson. Takes a slap shot and it's blocked. by who else? Tommy Albrighton with the block, and the Deeks clear it back down. Five skaters out now for the Deeks. That puck is centered up, and it's out of the reach. Here's Calkins. Still 6 on 5. 35 seconds left. That puck into the bench and out of play. .9 left on the clock here in the third. Escala on the draw just slaps it into the offensive zone. Empty net. That bounce is unfortunate for the Panthers. Diving and keeping it out is Tyler Calkins. And the net's off its moorings, but what an effort play from the captain.
Calkins putting his body on the line for that shot, ran right into the net and making the play.
And on the defensive zone draw for High Point, Temkin will re-enter the game with 24.4 left on the clock. Escala can't win the draw. Here's a shot from Howell. Save made, rebound loose, and another chance for Wake Forest. Stick tied up of Sasso. Excuse me, that's Bird. Into the corner with 12 seconds left. Bird with another chance. A shot, and it's a save. Had a chance for the hat trick, and that will do it.
Yeah, last minute hat trick opportunity for Bird. That would have been something else. Way to finish the game. 4-2 final score. And some quick takeaways for the Panthers. They may have lost this game, but the freshmen look really good. Walker Ripley, Bird, Sasso and Ringstad and Federal as well. All of them bright future for the Panthers, and their resilience showed again today.
4-2 here, the final. Wake Forest jumped out to a 4-0 lead in the third period. 2 power play goals in the late stages from Morgan Bird and nearly a hat trick from the freshman right there at the end. Just not enough for High Point here. So they start their season the first weekend 1-1. Wake Forest jumps ahead to 2-0. We'll be back with you next Friday night from the Orange County Sportsplex in Hillsborough, North Carolina, as the High Point University Panthers travel for their first road game to take on the North Carolina Tar Heels on their home turf. And then 2 more weekend games that weekend, next Saturday and Sunday, back here in Greensboro against Old Dominion University. And that'll do it for that weekend for the Panthers. But until then, I'm Graham Tuck signing off for everybody here, and Luke Ardizzone on the call with me. Final from the Greensboro Ice House, 4-2, Wake Forest on top.